What's up, everybody? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button to the Hoops Tonight YouTube channel, and then follow me on social media on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter so you guys don't miss any of our content over the course of this season. All right, let's talk some basketball. This, to me, feels like a real MVP type of campaign from Luka Doncic. Now, whether or not he wins it is dependent on so many other things, mainly because the league is so damn stacked with talent that it's just really difficult to separate yourself these days. But Luka looks like an MVP, and we're going to talk about all these specific basketball things. But most importantly, the biggest element of the case, in my opinion, is he has instilled his teammates with a sense of belief and confidence that what they're doing will lead to victories in basketball games. And this is a team, by the way, that was limited in talent when they were fully healthy. But Kyrie's missed significant time. Josh Green's missed significant time. Maxi Kleber dislocated his toes, been out forever. That's three of their most important rotation players and their secondary creator, arguably easily their second most important player. And he's kept them afloat. They're 18 and 12. They're right in the mix of things. And a huge part of it is just every single guy on that team has a belief that what they're doing is going to work. And as a result, they're incredibly bought in. They're incredibly focused. It's interesting to see the juxtaposition of the kinds of extra efforts that you're seeing guys on the Mavericks make, and then you're seeing Devin Booker yelling at his teammates for not getting back after turning the basketball over, which, by the way, Devin's correct to be upset about. But the point is you're seeing similar types of supporting casts. These are all castaways. The Suns got all these veteran minimum guys, and the Mavericks got all these veteran minimum guys. Really, Grant Williams is the one guy we can point to as like, okay, they got him through a sign and trade and got him at a decent salary number. But the difference is the guys on the Mavs, they're locked into their roles. And the guys on the Suns, it's just not coming together the same way. And that to me is the strongest part of Luka's MVP case. That said, well, by the way, before we get to the Luka stuff, they're 13th in defense over the last 15 games. And Luka has been making solid defensive rotations. He's closing out with an intensity that you're not accustomed to seeing from Luka. He's been found himself in a lot of low man situations and weak side situations where he's guarding two guys and having to kind of split the difference and try to bait a guy into making a pass and then closing out. And he's doing a really nice job of it. It's from the top down. It's trickling down. It's outstanding leadership, in my opinion. Very, very different from the Luka that we saw that was so disengaged towards the tail end of last year. And I think it's a direct, it's a direct driving force between a lot of the success, or for a lot of the success they've had this season. On the Luka Doncic front, everything starts with pull-up shooting. He has made 44 more pull-up jumpers, or taken, excuse me. He's taken 44 more pull-up jumpers than anyone else in the league. He's the only player in the NBA who's taken over 300 pull-up jump shots, and he's getting 1.09 points per shot on them. Couple of things. He's taking these pull-up jump shots as threes instead of twos, which is driving up the efficiency, right? And that step-back three, one of the things I like, he's quickened his release a little bit too. He's making it more of an athletic move as opposed to kind of a use his size and lean back move. His release looks a little bit quicker, but he's just dialed in, and he's locked in with that pull-up jump shot. And again, we talk about making the shot at a phase that's untenable. If you're taking a lot of long twos, for instance, like Kevin Durant does, and even if you're shooting a higher percentage than Luka, they're worth fewer points, it can be something where the defense is we can live with that shot, right? But when it's 1.09 points per shot, it can get to the point, especially on a night like last night where he's so locked in, it can get to a point where it's untenable. We have to zone up on this guy in ISOs, blitz him in pick and rolls, just find a way to get the ball out of his hands. That's the primary driving force with him from the perimeter. And then he handles pressure extremely well. So the smaller, quick defenders that are handsy, they don't bother him. A lot of that is just he's really good at protecting the basketball, and he's big as hell. And then he can beat anyone off the dribble right now. We talked about this when they beat the Lakers a while back, but it doesn't matter if he's starting from a triple threat from the elbow or off the dribble from 30 feet, if he uses ball screen isolation, it just doesn't matter because of his size and his command of the basketball. He's going to get an angle, and he's going to shoot that gap, and he's going to get dribble penetration. And then from there, he's got every shot in the book. I was pulling up the synergy sheet today, and Synergy has this page called shot types. And when you pull it up, this is where I get a lot of, there's play types and there's shot types. Those are the two primary screens that I use on Synergy. And, play types are going to sort it through to like spot up possessions, pick and roll, ball handler, transition, cutting, offensive rebound putbacks, ISO, post up, all these different play types, right? And then even then you can sort them out to different sides of the floor, different driving angles, all these different things. Synergy's a great tool. But on the shot types element, like they have jump shot and then it's split down and then it's like there's catch and shoots and there's unguarded catch and shoots, there's guarded catch and shoots, there's off the dribble jump shots, there's what they call early jumpers, which is basically like when you isolate and you shoot it quick in the possession. There's floaters, there's hook shots, there's layups, there's dunks. It's sorted all out there. And what was crazy is every single shot type on that list, including contested, uncontested, catch and shoot, off the dribble, floater, hook, everything. He's up over a point per possession. Every single shot type. Luka's shooting 59% on floaters this year. 78% at the rim. And so it's just an incredibly efficient set of shot making that makes it untenable to leave him in any sort of basic traditional coverage or single coverage. As a result, career high in points per game, career high in true shooting percentage. This is just the best we've ever seen from Luka. And like I said, when you combine that with the leadership and the way it's held this team together through some pretty tough circumstances, we'll see. We got to do our MVP rankings later on this week or next week, and he's going to be higher than where he was. And we'll see. Again, a lot of things have to break right for him in terms of competition, like other people that are up for the award. But this looks like an MVP type of season from Luka Doncic to this point.